Hello, it's Wednesday, May the 13th. Hard to believe we're already this far into May. I hope you're doing well today. I hope you're finding new ways to grow and learn. And thank you for joining me for this third part of Psalm 119. I purposely chose this psalm because it's long and you can't get over it and get through it quickly. You wear everybody out, and so we've broken it down into three parts. And it also points to the fact, and I think it's good in this time, we often want things to just be linear and quick and go the way I want and go the way I expect and be easy and be over. Well, here it is. 3 weeks later, we're still in Psalm 119. And if this pandemic teaches us anything, I hope it has something to teach us about unrealistic expectations. The expectations of having everything I want, exactly when I want it, and really without much work on my part. When my kids acted that way, I had a phrase I like to use with them. It was, get used to disappointment. And I use that for myself because I think it is a skill to learn to be disappointed. Because there are a lot of things that happen that don't happen the way I think they should or want to. And how do I handle that? Do I become better, or do I still find a way to live with joy? So one practice during these times that aren't as we expect them to be is to do long form things rather than the short form, the quick form that we're used to. So here's some of the things I've noticed. So some people garden rather than just go to the produce section and pick something up at the store. Denise loves to garden. There are plants all over our house now, some in the very beginning stages from coming from seed to other plants that are further along. So it's going to take weeks at least, if not longer, for us to see the results from some of those things. Some of you are baking rather than just picking up packaged goods. And that has a benefit as well. Other than the stores running out of flour, it is a great skill that maybe has been put on the back burner and has been reclaimed. Or you might have even gone a different direction. Maybe you've been practicing the metric system instead of using our awkward, normal way of measuring things. Or one of the things I've been doing is I've been making more cold brew coffee. If you're not familiar with cold brew, you basically take your grounds and put them in cold water and let them set there for 16 to 24 hours before you strain them off. If you're used to having a cup of coffee in minutes, waiting 24 hours is a little longer form. So here's the idea. The formulas of life have changed, and that can be a good thing, and that's true in the spiritual area as well. From Psalm 119, we see the writer needing a different point of view, different from the dominant thinking of his day, and really a dominant thinking that's still around today. The formula: be good, good things happen. Be bad, bad things happen. And wrapped up in that is that good things shouldn't happen to bad people, and bad things shouldn't happen to good people. Even though I know that's around and dominant and we orient our life around it, I don't find it very helpful or very truthful. Certainly, you can do good things and good things happen, but it doesn't explain everything. That's where it falls apart. And certainly, bad things can happen when we do bad things, when we make misjudgments, but not always. As Jesus said, the rain falls on the just and the unjust. Good things happen to us all. And so maybe this writer, he notes that he's been good, but he's mocked and things do not always go the way he expects. Maybe he needs to get used to disappointment, but not disappointment that embitters. I think the better lesson, and I hope what I learned from Psalm 119 and I learned from this pandemic is to not expect things to be the way I think they should be, but to be able to enjoy the blessing of being in the hands of God. I need to change the formula. I need to enjoy the fruits. If I don't, the fruit that is being given will just rot away. The question is, am I going to live in disappointment and in bitterness, or trust the faithfulness of God? Even though I can't see the outcome, to know that I can put my trust in Him. Maybe another way to say that is, will I live with the enjoyment of not needing to be in control? Isn't that at the very base of trying to make the outcomes to what we want, is that idea that I need to control all of this? So as our background, let's read the last 7 stanzas of Psalm 119. It's going to pick up in verse 121. Here we go. I have done what is righteous and just. Do not leave me to my oppressors. Ensure your servant's well-being. Do not let the arrogant oppress me. My eyes fell, looking for your salvation, looking for your righteous promise. Deal with your servant according to your love, and teach me your decrees. I am your servant. Give me discernment that I may understand your statutes. It is time for you to act, Lord. Your law is being broken. Because I love your commands more than gold, more than pure gold, and because I consider all of your precepts right, I hate every wrong path. So in this stanza, you see a little bit of his frustration. Hey, these guys aren't following and they're not getting punished for it. What's going on here? He's taking a short view and not a long view, having a hard time trusting God and the outcome. So let's pick up with the second stanza, 129. Your statutes are wonderful, therefore I obey them. The unfolding of your words gives light, it gives understanding to the simple. I open my mouth and pant, longing for your commands. Turn to me and have mercy on me, as you always do to those who love your name. Direct my footsteps according to your word. Let no sin rule over me. Redeem me from human oppression, that I may obey your precepts. Make your face shine upon your servant, and teach me your decrees. Streams of tears flow from my eyes, for your law is not obeyed. So in this stanza, we even hear more of that desire, which I think is better. Teach me, show me. My attitude, I'm having a hard time, but there has to be a better way. And so I like this stanza that he's opening up to God, leading him and desiring for God to show him. Now in verse 137, you are righteous, Lord. Your laws are right. The statutes you have laid down are righteous. They are fully trustworthy. My zeal wears me out, and my enemies ignore your words. Your promises have been thoroughly tested, and your servant loves them. Though I am lowly and despised, I do not forget your precepts. Your righteousness is everlasting, and your law is true. Trouble and distress have come upon me, but your commands give me delight. Your statutes are always righteous. Give me understanding that I may live. So I like the depth here as well, that even though things aren't going the way he expects them to go, he is still continuing to trust and know that God's way is correct. It's not about I can abandon it because it's not getting me what I want. In fact, in the long term, it's going to prove better. Psalm 145, or the 145th verse. I call with all my heart. Answer me, Lord, and I will obey your decrees. I call out to you, save me, and I will keep your statutes. I rise before dawn and cry for help. I have put my hope in your word. My eyes stay open through the watches of the night, that I may meditate on your promises. Hear my voice in accordance with your love. Preserve my life, Lord, according to your laws. Those who devise wicked schemes are near, but they are far from your law. Yet you are near, Lord, and all your commands are true. Long ago I learned from your statutes that you established them to last forever. Expressing some frustration that he continues to call, but there's not, in his mind, an immediate response. Verse 153. Look on my suffering and deliver me, for I have not forgotten your law. Defend my cause and redeem me. Preserve my life according to your promise. Salvation is far from the wicked, for they do not seek out your decrees. Your compassion, Lord, is great. Preserve my life according to your laws. Many are the foes who persecute me, but I have not turned from your statutes. I look on the faithless with loathing, for they do not obey your word. See how I love your precepts. Preserve my life, Lord, in accordance with your love. All your words are true. All your righteous laws are eternal. So I think this repetition, coming back and back to the same idea, is he's wanting to hang on, and he's able to God to share his frustration. Things aren't going like I expect them to go and turning out like I need them to turn out. I feel persecuted and the bad guys are getting away with it. Help me hang on. And I think that's the appropriate response when we're confused, when we don't know what's happening around us. It's okay. God can handle those doubts, that idea, am I doing the right thing? And yet he keeps coming back, I am. I know. So let's pick up in 161. Rulers persecute me without cause, but my heart trembles at your word. I rejoice in your promise like one who finds great spoil. I hate and detest falsehood, but I love your law. 7 times a day I praise you for your righteous laws. Great peace have those who love your law, and nothing can make them stumble. I wait for your salvation, Lord, and I follow your commands. I obey your statutes. I love them greatly. I obey your precepts and your statutes, for all my ways are known to you. So I hear more confidence here. I continue to praise. I wait for your salvation, and that's okay, because it doesn't always come in our mind immediately, but the expectation that it comes. Now for the last stanza. May my cry come before you, Lord. Give me understanding according to your word. May my supplication come before you. Deliver me according to your promise. May my lips overflow with praise, for you teach me your decrees. May my tongue sing of your word, for all your commands are righteous. May your hand be ready to help me, for I have chosen your precepts. I long for your salvation, Lord. Your law gives me delight. Let me live that I may praise you, and may your law sustain me. I have strayed like a lost sheep. Seek your servant, for I have not forgotten your commands. So I think in this last stanza, he's admitting, yeah, I was like a lost sheep. I was wandering away, but what has brought him back? He continues to cry out to God. He continues to believe in God's decrees and follows his teachings, and has brought him back to a place where he can wait. to see the results that he needs to see. In a sense, he's changed the formula, and now he gets to enjoy the fruits. Even not fully recognized, he can wait on the Lord. So the questions for us: am I going to live in disappointment or trust the faithfulness of God? Will I live with the enjoyment of not needing to control? May you find peace and comfort and grace.